Hey guys, what's going on? Dingo here for a little video for you. I'm just recording this video just because I've noticed that there's no content on YouTube surrounding Space Marine 2 Ordeals at all. Not a single thing. No one's giving guides on how to release or, achieve certain ordeals. So I thought I'd just do a little work in progress for you guys, as I am currently running through it all. So as you can see, I've done everything pretty much done except for the PvP because I do not enjoy it. But we're just going to jump straight into the PvE stuff. So I've recorded this before, but something went wrong, so I had to do it again. So perform perfect parries. This one is super simple. I recommend a parrying weapon and doing Tyranids. Tyranids are a lot easier to parry and there's more of them, and they all attack a lot more frequently than the Chaos enemies. So I recommend just, focusing. You can do whatever mission you want, but if you want to smash this one, I recommend the Tyranid missions. Next is perform perfect dodges. Now, this right here, you can get two birds of one stone here, which would be this one, take to the skies. As an assault, perform a perfect dodge using the jump pack. Now, there are two perks for the assault that increase your dodge when you use jump packs. One damages enemies and one fully recharges it when you do a perfect dodge. So this is really good to just spam that. Always dodge away from an enemy. If you dodge into an enemy, you'll just get hit because the dodge window is very small. So you may dodge it and then get hit out of it. Always dodge to the side, opposite where they're attacking, or just dodge backwards. Doesn't work with snipers because you'll just get shot for some reason. So yeah, these are two birds with one stone. Also, dodging with the you don't have to use jetpack because the assault has built-in 50% longer dodge window. So if you want to get this one as well, I recommend doing the assault because it's a bit more lenient on how you can dodge it. No difficulty requirement, just jump on any mission. I do recommend Tyranids too, just because again, similar to the parrying one, Tyranids attack way more often. Unfortunately, you can't dodge the Minoris enemies. It just won't work. You have to only dodge. The game only allows you to dodge Majoris and above enemies. So yeah, stick with Tyranids if you want. I do recommend going Chaos, trying them out. But if you're looking to get this done ASAP, again, just assaults and then just jump on Tyranids. Next is, as a tactical, kill enemies after marking the Auspex scan. As far as I'm aware, the enemies have to be in the zone or they have to be scanned. So if they stop glowing, it don't work. If you, I'm not sure about the parrying perk that gives an enemy's Auspex scan. I never use it, so I wouldn't know much about that. I recommend again Tyranid missions because there's just so many Tyranids, and a perk set. There's a few perks that you can use. I don't know their name again. This is very rushed, so I'm just going to briefly go through it. So if you're looking for something in particular, do forgive me. But I have the perk that reduces the range of it but increases the duration, and the perk that means if enemies leave the zone, they're no longer scanned. They take 120% longer, 120% damage. This with the melter shreds enemies. I recommend only using this for big groups of Minoris enemies, just because the melter shreds through them. Again, I recommend the melter, not the grenade launcher or plasma or bolter, just because the melter has infinite pierce, does a whole lot of damage, instantly one-shots Minoris on almost any difficulty. Sometimes it's a two-shot on absolute, but you get used to it. This one's a pain. Some missions I've found I can get like about 180 done in a mission just by itself on Tyranids. So I do recommend going through this a bit slower. So don't speedrun missions. If you can hold out on a choke point and have waves or let enemies call reinforcements, I recommend doing that just as long as you're not going to screw over your team. You don't want to do that if your team's struggling. But if you talk to your team and say, hey, if I scan these enemies, can you let me solo them? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, go for it. Be my guest. But just saying, if I'm in your game and you're doing this, hell no, I'm either kicking you or we're just running through it. As a tactical kill in its autobolt, I'm not going to explain it. Very simple. Autobolt rifle is the shitty one. Bolt rifle is the grenade launcher one. The grenades do count, so you can use whatever you want. Plasma, it's awesome. Pro tip, aim with the plasma at all times. Don't hip fire. For some reason, this is the only plasma that is inaccurate when you hip fire it. So I always fire, aim when I fire it. Melter, I don't even know why this is a challenge because it's so simple. I've spoken about this one, but yeah, so you have to use your jetpack to dodge. You can't dodge just by pressing your spacebar. It just won't work. You have to use your ability, your jetpack ability to dodge to get this to activate. As an assault, the enemies a ground pound. Again, Tyranid missions, you don't have to kill enemies, you just got to hit them. There is a perk that reduces your ground pound by 50% but doubles its damage. Take off that perk just for this case, because you want to make sure you can hit as many enemies as you want. Additionally, there is a perk that recharges your jetpack by 10% per enemy killed. So if you want to go to higher missions and just slam down in a big crowd of Minoris enemies, that'll recharge you. Instantly go back up, slam back down. I think I've had like a 4-chain once where I was just up and down 4 times. It was really fun. As a Vanguard, perform a finish using grapnel. This just means use your grapnel to hook onto a downed enemy that's in their glory kill state. When you grapnel into an enemy that's downed, once you get there, you'll instantly glory kill them, or use a finisher on them. So all you got to do: hurt an enemy, make them go on their glowing red state or whatever colorblind filter you got. Don't press E. Walk back a bit and then use your ability to grapple into them, and that'll instantly put you into it. And that's all you got to do. It's very simple. You can get this done in a game. It's very simple. As a Vanguard, perform gun strikes 250. You can do this in about 2 games if you're efficient. This literally is don't attack enemies by Minoris and just either dodge or parry Majoris and above enemies, and you get this done in no time. This one sucks ass. Again, the no quarter bulwark shield. I recommend a mix of Tyranids and Chaos. I've noticed Tyranids, when they're all grouped up around you, will not attack you. They'll just kind of stand around until you attack, where Chaos attack a lot more frequently, but there's less of them. So it is kind of pick your poison. I like to mix this one up, just kind of get a bit of Chaos, a bit of Tyranids. Still kind of tweaking it. Once I get a full guide going, I'll go over all these for you. Next is the Bulwark Killer News Chainsword. This one's very simple. Just do what it says. Power Fist. May God have mercy on you, because this was not fun. And then Power Sword, yeah, not bad. As a sniper, kill enemies while camouflaged at the camo cloak and dead center. So these 2 you can do back to back. I recommend Vox Liberatus. I specifically farmed this on Vox Liberatus just because it's got a good balance of Tyranids and Chaos, and I was just training my headshots for Chaos. I also recommend the Stalker Bolt Rifle, just because as a sniper, make headshots. You don't have to kill the enemies, you have to get headshots. You can also use the bolt pistol, because the bolt pistol, if it's at max level, can carry like 160 bullets. If you aim it and slowly fire and make sure your accuracy bubble, your bloom doesn't get too bad, you can get like 160 shots in like a whole bunch of Chaos and Tyranid enemies' heads, and they'll be right. Additionally, for the kill enemies or camouflaged, forgive me, kill enemies or camouflaged, I recommend the build setup that is the headshot kill gives you the 15% ability back, just because, again, Stalkerbolt rifles, smash them in the head, and when they go red, the enemies go red. This can be Majoris or Minoris enemies, so once the enemies go red and are downed, getting ready to be killed, go invisible, bonk them in the head. That'll break your invisibility and you'll get it back instantly. And if you stand still at the back, you'll get the 20% damage boost if you're running that perk. You can 2-shot enemies. So it's down them, go invisible, blow their brains out, come out of invisibility. Because you're standing still, you're invisible, you've got the damage bonus, shoot a bunch of enemies in the head. This can be Minoris or Majoris without moving, so you get to keep the damage boost. Once they go down, go invisible, kill the enemies. It was very quick. Also, if you want to do them separately, I recommend the Las Fusel for this one, and then the Bolt Pistol for this, just because the Las Fusel, wrecks enemies in any difficulty, and the Bolt Pistol is there to smash enemies in the head. Funnily enough, as much as I've been, hogging in, bumbling in the Tyranids, now it's time for Chaos's turn. So as a heavy, absorb enemy range damage of Iron Halo. I originally thought this would be a Tyranid focused mission. It is not. It is a Chaos 100% focused challenge. So we all know the problem with Chaos is they're all ranged. However, they actually don't do a lot of damage range to the Iron Halo compared to yourself. Very strange. Additionally, the snipers, the Tyranid snipers, do almost just as much damage as 2 of the human snipers. And you get tons of them. So you can bonk up a shield, stand still, get shot up by all the human snipers and Chaos missions, and you'll have this done in no time. Additionally, to speedrun this, I highly recommend do not use the melter, do not use the heavy plasma incinerator, just because they stagger enemies. You don't want that. You want these enemies to be attacking your iron halo, and that's how it has to be. So make sure if you're trying to run this, just run the heavy bolter, just because it doesn't stagger Majoris enemies or extremist enemies very well, so you can keep getting funneled. Additionally, the rocket spam on the Terminators, just make sure they're landing on your shield or just in front of you to soak up the AoE. If they land behind you and hit you, sometimes it doesn't register because it registers as you took the brunt of the damage. Additionally, Vox Liberatus, again, for this challenge, will get this done in no time. First of all, it has the mix of Tuned and Chaos, so you can kind of find your own way around them, what you prefer. But the boss that does all the funny ranged attacks in the final area, what I recommend is getting all of the 4 beacons, like, you know, the gore nests destroyed, but keeping the very final one up, just so you can destroy it when you're ready to get out of there. The boss, when it does its little ranged attacks, does so much damage to the iron halo, it's not funny. The homing skulls it shoots out, the like shotgun blast or like the plasma stuff it shoots out, the Terminators that will spawn in and whatnot. I did this about, like, I think 7 times and I finished it. And like on the 5th time I realized how good Vox Liberatus was. So if you're looking for this, go to Vox Liberatus. The difficulty I'd recommend substantial and above, just because anything below, the damage drops off and it's very difficult. Otherwise you'll be running out of Iron Halo and whatnot. I also recommend not running the Iron Halo durability debuff perk, just because you want to absorb as much as you can, not have it, because, you know, if your Iron Halo gets destroyed at 1 rocket but then is back up in 20 seconds, it's not a really good trade-off. You want to absorb more rockets and have it down for longer, because you can just kind of stand still if you're playing with bots or friends and let it build up, and you know, it's easy as that. Finally, kill enemies as a heavy stance. I recommend either the melter or the heavy bolter. I'm a heavy plasma main, and I just freeball everything. I don't heavy stance with the plasma because I think it's, you know, gross. I just, you know, lob my shots and charge them up, and it's fun. So I recommend, for this one specifically, I recommend Tyranids, jump into Tyranid mission, whatever one you want, chuck on the heavy melter, and then just always be in heavy stance. For the Minoris enemies, always be in heavy stance. For the Majoris ones, you know, shoot them a few times because it does take them a while to go down. But once they're downed, shoot them once and then go into heavy stance. The second shot will kill them always at any distance. And that's kind of this video I wanted to talk about here for you guys. Again, there is a full video in progress going over all of these things. Maybe not all of it, most of them. I will try and do a big video on this just because I'm having trouble with this. I'm still trying to find the good area. No one's made any comments on the best way to get this. So I just thought I've made it to put my foot in the door and just say, if you guys are interested or struggling or bored or don't know how to do it exactly, here it is. Reference this video if you'd like to look back and find it. Put in the comments if you think I'm wrong, or put in the comments if you found a better way. I'd be happy to you know, put you in a video and you can show us what you're doing instead. It's even better. Anyway, what I'd like to reiterate before I leave is just have fun. I find it a lot easier to do a few of these at a time, because I did these 2 heavy ones back to back and I was sick of playing heavy. So I kind of just split my time up, did a few of these back to back, and, you know, changed from Vanguard to Assault to Bulwark to Tactical, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun like that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Full video is being worked in progress. I just got a lot of stuff going on at university at the time in my personal life. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't subscribe, because I'm not going to post a video for a long time. It's probably going to take a while. So anyway, I'll see you guys around. Take care.